Hey guys, welcome back to the workshop. This is Pharaoh Iron and Customs, and I'm Michael. I haven't had an opportunity today to work on any more welding on the car. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to get out here and get in a mess with that. I ended up going to the salvage yard today. I was looking for the floor pedal and clutch pedal to go in the 50. I'm not sure if that's not available. We only found one truck that had a clutch and brake pedal assembly in it, F-150, and the pedal assembly, the bracket part, was aluminum. The one available online, I'm assuming is probably a reproduction. It's made out of steel. I may just go ahead and order it and be done. But what I did find today at the salvage yard was I picked up a separator plate, and I have had a hard time finding that. That's a spacer plate to go between a M50D R2 and a 306 cylinder. I got the flywheel, and the clutch in that was almost brand new, so I grabbed the clutch and pressure plate and flywheel all together. And when we get into adapting that flywheel to the 8BA, I will explain why that's going to work. But anyway, I'm going to pull my 110 welder out, and we're going to find out if I got a new positive torch for it some time ago, because my intention was to get it running, and so I'll be able to, you know, I had it set up with the intention of being able to carry it places. There's 110, and I have flux core wire in it, but I want to set it up to do the remainder of the sheet metal work on the car. I just feel like the old... Okay, weird thing happened that just cut myself off somehow or another. But what I was gonna say is I feel like the old Miller 35 is it's too much for trying to weld this up. I mean, I can turn it down lower and everything, but I think I'll be better. And also I think it's always had some sort of leak with the gas in it. So it goes through gas pretty fast, and I think I'd be ahead of the game to go ahead and get the 110 running. So let me get it out, and we're going to install this torch and see what happens. Alright guys, this is my Miller Cricket XL 115 welder. I've had this thing going on for 25 years now. I pulled the lead out, and I was already kind of upset. The liner in the end of it was bent. I don't know if I did that putting it in the drawer or what. Potentially I did that, or it may have been like that. Second thing is the wiring hookup is completely different. So if this even fits, I'm going to have to adjust for that. Now I kind of have this thing jankified right now. I am making a mess. And have it rigged up to run what is that, a 2-pound spool? Yeah. There's the adapter to run the 10-pound spool. So we're going to talk about what it'll take to convert this back over to gas. There used to be, I think the sticker's gone. Seemed like there used to be a sticker right there that tells you how to convert this over to gas. What you have to do is you have to change the polarity on the welder, and how you change the polarity is you move these plates and flip them this way, and that's all you have to do besides hooking gas up to the gas port to run it off of gas. Now the thing that's wrong with this welder is it stopped. Oh, I'm sorry about that, y'all. The thing that's wrong with this welder is, and I'll be damned, it has gone to working. That is aggravating. So I still think there's probably something wrong with the trigger, because that's what it had done, was stop feeding the wire. So that sounds great, don't it? Anyway, like I said, that's a bad pair of scissors. Oh! Well, bird caged that. Well, anyway, we'll get it wound up. Anyway, so to change your torch, and you know, polarity on your switch is not going to matter. To change your torch on this welder, we need a, that's probably it's either a half or a 13. Let me grab a wrench. Alright guys, this install is kind of fell short. The O-rings that come with this are larger than the O-rings in the lead. This lead fits tight in the holder, so all I need to get a smaller set of O-rings, and I probably have some on the van that'll fit it. I went ahead and cut that bird cage out of that wire, and so I feel pretty good. All I got to do is go in here and cut this off and make a couple of ends to fit here for the trigger wire, and I'm going to feel pretty good about going ahead and ordering the parts to get this little welder back operational. Come on, close. Alright guys, I got a few parts in, a few things done. I hadn't really worked on the car this week. I ain't tremendously happy about that. Let's see. Hang on. Alright, so I got a spool, a 10-pound spool of, I think it's 10, no, it's 11-pound spool of ER 70-6 23 thousandths wire, and I picked up a flow meter, a new flow meter for this welder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up and just set it on top of this welder right now. What I eventually want to do is, and it's going to be probably a coming up video, is build a cart so I can put my TIG welder, my small MIG welder, both tanks for the TIG and the MIG, and the plasma cutter on one cart. And of course I'll have to put the water cooler for the TIG on that cart too. So I know they make pretty big carts. They have at Harbor Freight for like, I think they're 3 something last time I looked. They're probably more than that now. But I'm just going to build something for my use, you know, so it'll work the way that I want it to work. And you know, I'm more about building stuff if I can build stuff. I mean, like the English wheel, I have the knowledge, I believe. If I had the right tools, I would have the knowledge to build an English wheel, but I don't have the tools to build one. So as long as I got the tools to build it, I'm going to try to build it. So anyway, let me get this welder set up. I'm not going to be able to go but so far because we're going to have to weld some D-rings on my club founder on his trailer, because he's going to the what's the name of the show, the Mini Truck Nationals in Maggie Valley, and we need to get those D-rings so he can get his truck loaded and get to Maggie Valley safely. And something else I'm gonna work on today is I made this knife before I started doing videos, this kukri, so I'm gonna handle this weekend. It's not sharp. I mean, that would cut you, but I don't finish the blade until I get the knife finished. So that's going to be something that I'm going to have. I'm probably going to sell that because I want to do the video start to finish on making a kukri at some point. So anyway, let me get this welder done. Alright guys, I'm getting the welder set up here. A couple of things. See if we can pick that up. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is it says 30 to 35 thousandths on that side, and that should be 23 to 30 on that side. So you can see one side's bigger than the other. We need to flip it around because we're running 23 thousandths wire. And the other thing was, and this wasn't really important because the hose actually has a where it goes into this fit, and it has a tapered fit, so it doesn't need any Teflon. But on especially on LP, I don't know if it matters that much. On I would assume it probably would. On if you were, of course, you usually don't have pipe threads on anything to deal with welding and cutting, but on propane you need to use this yellow tape to seal it up with. Like I said, it didn't need it there, but I put it there anyway. And you don't need to put any on this side where the flare is. So let me get this set up, and I'm gonna get the spool put in and hook the tank up, and we're gonna set this thing up to weld. Alright guys, I got this thing dialed in about 60-ish on the wire speed and setting 3 on the heat. I may adjust that down a little bit, up a little bit. This is an 18 amp welder. It's probably, I don't know that Miller made a smaller welder than that. And I bought it from a former employer literally 25 years ago or more. You know, like I said, it's good for doing this. It's good for welding body panels. One of my co-workers did the exhaust work. He was using this welder to do the exhaust work. They moved up to a slightly larger welder when I think the gun in this, the liner in this went out, and while they were waiting on a liner to come in, they went ahead and bought another welder to get the exhaust work done. So like I said, you know, it's a good machine, but it's a good machine for doing little light stuff. Like when I get back to doing the frame, I'm gonna have to switch back over to the big welder, because even on 4, that one's not got enough heat to weld that frame. But I'm hoping I'll be able to put less wire, you know, so we'll have less grinding to do and put less heat in the panels. Like I said, I don't know, I didn't throw a straight edge up there. Let me grab this square right quick, and I need to clean up the shop too, and I may work on that this afternoon. I'm feeling like this is going to be the Sunday's video. I wasn't really planning on, so it's not terrible, but you know, it's actually better than it was. But as you can see, I dollied this out a little bit and got it to come up, so I'm gonna work on that. You know, when I was doing the chop top on the bug, you know, there's a lot of hammering and dollying to get those long areas that are going to be prone to shrinkage straight. And this, I'm just going to finish this. I'm probably going to weld this tomorrow. It's still a little chilly today. I don't like welding sheet metal when it's cold. I want the sheet metal to have some heat in it. You know, I feel like if it's got some heat in it, then it's going to shrink less, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so that's going to be Sunday's video this week. I was going to have this video like either as a bonus or whatever, but like I said, I've not been well this week, and I've worked, I don't know, several afternoons late and had doctor's appointments, and you know, anyway, yada yada yada, excuse. Anyway, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and that's it. I'll see y'all Wednesday.